Okay, get this. What if I told you there's a simple 4-minute task that when it's repeated thousands of times a day is costing the healthcare industry a fortune? Today, we're going to dive into how automating this one little 4-minute wait is completely changing the game for healthcare billing.
4 minutes. I mean, think about what you can do in 4 minutes. You could make a coffee, scroll through your feed, but in the world of healthcare, there's a critical, high-volume task that takes a skilled person 4 whole minutes to get done, every single time. So what could possibly take so long?
Well, that 4-minute task is simply verifying a patient's insurance eligibility. It sounds easy, right? But it's an absolutely crucial step before pretty much any healthcare interaction. And for decades, it's been this huge manual bottleneck, just slowing the whole system down.
And just look at what a headache this is. For every single patient, a staff member has to juggle a bunch of different insurance company websites. Then they have to manually type in all the patient's data. After that, they have to try and make sense of all this dense, complicated benefits information. And finally, they have to copy all of that back into the clinic's own systems. Now just imagine doing that cycle hundreds of times a day.
As you can imagine, this manual process creates a whole chain reaction of problems. One simple typo can lead to a denied claim. Delays in confirming coverage directly impact the clinic's cash flow. And all of this friction, it just leads to a super frustrating experience for both the staff and the patients.
So, what we have is a slow, error-prone, and really costly problem. But what if you could just deploy a digital workforce to handle it? You know, one that never gets tired, and more importantly, never, ever makes a typo. Well, this is exactly where automation comes in.
The contrast here is just night and day. On the left, you've got the old way, that slow, manual maze. And on the right, you've got a direct, automated rocket launch. This isn't just some small improvement we're talking about. It's a complete transformation of the entire workflow. So let's go back to our starting number, about 4 minutes. 4 minutes for one person to complete one verification. Just keep that number locked in your head for a second. And now for the big reveal. With automation, that same exact process takes less than 30 seconds. Yeah, less than 30 seconds. That is a staggering jump in efficiency. We're talking over 800%. We've gone from the time it takes to listen to a whole song to less time than it takes to glance at a headline. It's just incredible. So how is this even possible? Well, the magic is in platforms like ZAPTEST. Using AI and computer vision, it literally watches a human perform the task on screen, kind of like you're recording a video. Then, it creates a little software bot that can perfectly mimic all those clicks and keystrokes and just execute the whole workflow at lightning speed, 24/7.
But this isn't just about saving time on a single task. The shift from minutes down to seconds creates this massive ripple effect, and it ends up benefiting the entire healthcare organization in a bunch of different ways.
This chart really shows the impact. First, look at errors and denials. Because the software doesn't make typos, those errors and claim denials just plummet. Then, because you get instant verifications, the whole reimbursement cycle speeds up, which is a huge boost for cash flow. And finally, with your staff freed from this manual grind, their overall efficiency just skyrockets. And all these tech improvements, they translate directly into real-world business results. We're talking about way fewer denied claims, getting paid much faster, and being able to spot coverage issues before they become big problems. It delivers a really strong return on investment, and maybe most importantly, it frees up your team from that mind-numbing data entry. And this quote right here really gets to the heart of it. This isn't about replacing people with robots. It's about elevating their roles. It's about letting the software handle the repetitive clerical stuff so that your talented team can focus on what they do best, solving complex billing issues, improving processes, and providing that high-value financial oversight. So we'll leave you with this question to think about. We've just seen how automation can take a single 4-minute task and shrink it to under 30 seconds, with huge benefits. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other 4-minute bottlenecks are hiding in plain sight in your industry, just waiting for a similar transformation?